Complaining about another person's behavior is like messing with a porcupine and getting a bunch of quills in your skin and then blaming the porcupine. We're going to talk about other people. This morning on Morning Meditation, I am M. Morrison, and thank you for joining us at Ascension Studios. My granddaughters provide wonderful bounty of content. And they're all things that we're thinking as adults, but they just come out in such a stark way with children because they are still in the learning process. And sometimes we forget as adults or as mature adults that we're still in a learning process too. So, this morning, the middle one comes in and she says, I stepped on Aya's creation and she's mad at me and I said I'm sorry and she didn't say it's okay. How many times a day are we doing this? I went into the grocery store and it was nasty to the clerk, and then the clerk ignored me and gave me bad looks. Okay. Sometimes your actions just produce what your actions produce. The only people that we can control are ourselves. We can be the master of our output. But when it comes to other people, they got their own lives going on. They got their own things going on. And maybe they're having a bad day about something we can't even comprehend. Maybe we can comprehend it and we're never going to know. That person who cut you off, that person might be living in such a stressful, have to be there, have to get it, have to be over somebody now, have to get mine before somebody takes it all kind of mindset. What they're doing is they're perpetuating their own destruction. And you have the choice every day to say, I have no idea what that person's going through. I'm going to send them a little bit of light and a little bit of love. And no, I can't do this every time. I'm human. But I strive for it. And I think I should get a brownie for that. So if we strive just to be the best that we can be, and remember that we're human and we're going to screw up, just like that person out there that pissed us off. And also remember that our life is a reflection of our output. It's not a reflection of their output. What we expect, we get. Are you expecting somebody to welcome you in and to be a part of your journey and to provide wonderful content and interesting information? That's what you're going to get. If you're expecting these people to not have their own lives, their own up and downs, their own emotions, basically you're acting contrary to what it is that you're putting into the universe, that you're expecting this other thing to have solidity, and it doesn't. Everyone is their own human. Everybody goes through a bad day. We can control ourselves to a certain extent. And then we're human. And we have to say, okay, I forgive myself. That wasn't the best thing in the world. And next time I'm going to remember to pause and take a breath and act in a way that feeds my journey. Because everything that we do, all that we think, adds to our journey. And whether or not we forgive ourselves for screwing up, which we do, also has a lot to do with our journey. Are we actually giving ourselves the worth that it takes to forgive ourselves for an error? Are we taking the time to recognize if I am making this error over and over and over again, I'm going to have to start doing something different? Because the definition of dumb, the best way I've ever heard it, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, if I am getting the same negative over and over and over again, I need to change something that I am doing out in the universe that is bringing this to me, that is attracting this, that is perpetuating this negative thing that I don't like. Am I being too volatile? Am I taking things personal? Am I thinking that this person's problem over here has something to do with me? Probably not. Probably not. Or am I acknowledging that other people are also fallible and creating their life in the way that they are choosing, whether they know they're choosing it or not? They're choosing it. They're going forward with it. So when I start running up against this a little bit harder than other times, and luckily this time it wasn't me, I just got to see it in the kids. Score! Then I take a few moments and I reset a pattern of what I do when I get a little bit worked out and joy. And that's what we're doing for the morning meditation today. So start off in our ego. That's where we get out of joint almost every time. Ego, something. This person didn't care about me. Duh. Of course they didn't. This person's living their life. They're on their journey. They're going through what they have to go through to fulfill the me contract that they signed before they got here. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Anyway, so let's start off. Nice straight spine. Get that good spinal flow from ear to tail. It's very healthy. I got this little thing back here, so work that puppy out. Okay, right here. And bring it down. Bring it into root. Connect to the earth. Wonderful solidity of red. And bring it up. Orange, yellow, green, pink, turquoise, indigo, crown chakra purple. Connect to all that is. Go into the mind palace and calm the tornado. It's hard to see things when you got that tornado going. And I don't know about you, but for me, it happens every single day. And it's done wonders for me to calm it every day. And find the stillness in your brain. See all the doors of choices. All the windows of opportunity. And all the drains to allow everything that no longer works for us to wash away. We're going to go into a door right there. And there's two bridges, two synapse paths that we could choose. The one we've always done. The one when we were younger and reacted really bad to everything. Because we hadn't learned yet. And then this new one that we're going to build. And this new one, I laid down those girders and put in some concrete and let's get it going on a nice footing, good and stable and sturdy. And then we're going to add a breath or two. Full breath. I get worked up. Blow out twice. Before reacting. And then I'm going to add on top of blow out twice compassion that they might be having a worse day than me. And then a little bit of adult at the end. It's not worth my time. Send some light and some love and move on. And that's what that bridge is about. It is about not avoiding conflict. It's about choosing not to engage in things that don't help us move forward in our own journey. And a lot of times the petty little conflicts along the way are a result of an urgency, necessity, direness in our life that is manifesting all over the place. Or maybe if something traumatic just happened to somebody. Now, I don't want to be the one that sends them over the edge after whatever happened. And it's not that I'm allowing them to treat me that way, because I'm not. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to not engage. And I'm going to go forward in my journey. And that will be forgotten. I'll put that on there too. I'm going to forget that. It's going to be gone. Deep breath. Blow out twice. Because first you go, and you got to blow that initial reaction off. Take another breath purposefully. Blow that off. Remember, I have no idea what's going on with them. Have a little compassion. I'm going to send some light and love. I'm going to move on. Forget about it. And I'm going to spend my time on going forward instead of fighting to get through a grocery store or whatever the hell it is. There's certain fights that don't need to be fought. I have more important things to do with my time. My time is valuable. I could be stopping by a park for 15 minutes with that interchange, whatever it might be, or the time that I spent afterwards going over how could they, I could stop at a park and I could put my bare feet on the ground and I could enjoy just being part of the energy of the world. And that's going to do me so much more good than engaging in an argument with a person and reaffirming I'm important. You treat yourself important. You don't have to prove you're important. You don't have to tell somebody else you're important. When you treat yourself like you are important, like your time is important, not direly, as a matter of course, as a way you live your life, then you truly become important. It's how you treat you that does it, not how other people treat you. It's how you treat you that makes you important. And you don't have to defend it to anyone ever. Never. That's that. And so these little arguments, interchanges, the time that you spend afterwards brooding over it, they just get in the way of your precious time. So we're going to make sure this other bridge looks nice. I think we'll do a stone walkway in some beautiful pattern. I'm going to build up some wonderfully decorative rails, really high. so that we can be immersed in this new practice. It's not avoiding conflict, it's just choosing to spend your time in ways that benefit you instead of ways that don't. Pretty smart. Back into our ego. Orange and red connect to the earth. And bring it up. Yellow, green, pink, turquoise, indigo, connect. I am ready for the next download. Give me the next step. Thank you for the unconditional love. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.